This is Late Night Lee Talks TV. I'm Late Night Lee and I talk reality TV dating shows like Love is Blind, Love Island, Ready to Love, Married at First Sight, and The Ultimatum, just to name a few. So if you like watching reality TV dating show reviews, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on when I upload a new video. So let's get into Married at First Sight, episode 13 of season 17. So we have a lot going on, but not really a lot going on because we only have two real couples at this moment in time. So we have Emily and Brennan, and that is a struggle to watch, okay? And then we have Becca and Austin, and they are also a struggle to watch. So I am extremely frustrated with what I am seeing, and I'm going to let it out in this review. So let's get into it. Okay, let's start with Brennan and Emily. Now, this is ridiculous. Brennan has to have a conversation with his friend, who I believe he said was married, on how to progress the relationship, the marriage or the friendship, whatever they're calling it at this point. And it's like, why do you need someone to tell you? First of all, when someone is truly into you, that they truly like you, they're truly interested in getting to know you, people don't have to tell them what to do. They're going to start doing things because they want you and they want to show you that they want you. They'll do things out of character and they'll do things just because they want you. So this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. The fact that he said to his friend, like, he's gonna try and hug her. I can't. Like, do you know how it's normal in American culture to greet someone with a hug, a handshake, or a hug, even if it's that side hug, that good old church hug, not the forward, front facing hug, the side hug. He can't even hug her that way. The only people who I can't see myself even hugging like that are people who I just can't stand them. I'm repulsed by them and their mere presence. But he can't even give Emily a side hug. That part is hard. Like, are you serious, sir? What planet do we live on that you don't know how to get to know someone? That you don't know how to show some type of affection. No one's asking you. I mean, we know the kissing is never going to happen. We know that sex is not on the table. It's not in the kitchen. It's not even in the house. It's not even in the neighborhood. We know that's never going to happen. Okay? But you can't even give her a side hug. But then he goes off and says, she's like the best person ever. She's like so sweet and caring, or whatever. And it's like, oh, now you have nice words. Because in the previous episode, you were asked to name 5 things you liked about her, and you can only name 3. Oh, we have not forgotten. We have not forgotten that you can only name 3 things. So this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous to me. It's like you don't know how to date. When you first meet someone, those first 2 months, oh, they're magical. They're amazing because people are being their representative. They're being their best selves. They're on their best behavior. It's after that first 2 to 3 months when they are tired of the facade and the truth starts coming out and they start to let loose a bit is when you see the real them. But I just don't understand why it's so hard for these people to go on dates without the cameras, where production doesn't have to be there, talk, get to know each other, watch movies together. Like, what? Why can't y'all get along? And Brennan is trying so hard to not appear as the bad guy on camera that he is appearing 20 times worse. 20 times worse. Because people online are saying that they think that he has the tendencies of someone that could possibly be abusive. Okay? And that is not how you want to appear. He comes across as controlling, and Emily is just, she's a person that's going to be open and honest. And it's not coming across that way for him. Now, I have some words for Emily as well. And yeah, I saw the after party and we are going to get into it. So let's just skip right on to the discussion with Dr. Pia. And it seems as though Brennan had a conversation with Emily about what they were going to talk about. And then he just kept saying, well, we had a good time earlier playing soccer. So, I thought we were just going to move forward. Like, first of all, sir, it's very good and very positive to go back and talk about the issues that you had in order to make sure that you don't have them again. And that if it does come up again, you know how to work through it. But for him to just say, well, let's not talk about it. I don't want to dwell on the past. The past from yesterday? What do you mean the past? What? Like, we're not going to act like the problems are fixed in this marriage or lack thereof, because the problems are not fixed. There doesn't seem to be any real plan or solution to fix these problems. But Emily seems to try and find her voice with Dr. Pia. Dr. Pia is pulling it out of her. It's like pulling a tooth. She's sitting there making all these faces, and it's really frustrating. At first, I thought the faces were funny. Now, it's very frustrating because it's like, I know she wants to say something, but she's not sticking up for herself. And it's really like, girl, you got to find your voice and you have to speak your mind. You have to be open. You have to be honest. And it's just, it's hard to watch. This is a hard watch. This is really difficult to watch, and the frustration is there because we know it's just not. We know it's not going to get better. We know it's not going to improve. We know that they are coasting along, and Brennan is just like, yeah, like I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't want to talk about that stuff. And it's just like, sir, you in your mind you had one good day, and now it's like, okay, everything's all good. Let's tell Dr. Pia that everything is going well now. And you know fully well it's not. I just do not understand. And whatever his issue is with Emily, he needs to say it. If she is not your physical type, that's all you have to say. You don't have to say anything else in particular as to what that physical type is. Just say she is not your physical type and you can't seem to look past it. I prefer that. But he was on the after party saying that she talked about wanting to have a bunch of one night stands and go out partying all the time. And it's like, if that was her past, then that was her past. But is she saying that she wants to do those things now that she's married? Because if she's saying that, those are conversations that you can very well have on camera. But he said something to the effect of not wanting to embarrass her. But it's like, sir, you are coming across pretty awful here. Like, it is backfiring in ways that you cannot imagine. And you're making yourself look bad, but no one would fault you for not wanting to be with someone who you felt like is a party girl. That's fine. That's a valid reason to say I chose to leave my marriage because my partner wanted to act as a single person and go out all the time, and I could not trust that, and I did not want that lifestyle. That is fine. No one would be mad at you. No one would think you're the villain, but at this point, he looks like the villain. And it's like, this reunion, the right questions need to be asked because he needs to try and clear his name if he can. if he can, because all this holding in and not wanting to hurt her feelings and not wanting to say what it is, if it's not a physical thing and if it is things that has said that has turned him off and her lifestyle is not what he wants, you could still at least be nice to her. You could still at least, I mean, the nicest thing we've seen him do is, tell her not to cry, but she broke down and started crying. But I'm like, Emily, find your voice in front of these cameras. He can't do anything to you in front of these cameras. You could end this process. This is awful. It's awful. This is it's hard to watch. And I'm waiting for it to be over. I'm waiting for someone to throw in the towel. Please, someone throw in the towel. Please. And call it quits. It is okay. Claire and Cameron, Claire is crying and feeling so guilty. All I want to know is, did you go to that hospital? Did you show up with flowers, balloons, teddy bears, something? He's asking you not to worry. Yeah, but you should have at least, I would have been at that hospital like I'm his wife. Okay? Because technically, she's his wife and she has rights, but just go and show support because he doesn't have a ton of family and it doesn't seem like he has a ton of friends. So why don't you go and show some support? But of course, she shows up to the little mixer that they had and that Emily, Becca, Brennan, and Austin had. She shows up and, I guess she may feel guilty in some way, but that situation is just a mess. I'm not sure what's going on with these reality TV dating shows, but baby, we are getting messes right now. Um, let's go to Becca and Austin. Becca and Austin, okay, let me just say this. You're not going to tell me that none of these people have watched the show. These shows are available to watch on Lifetime. It's now on Netflix. You can pay for the previous season somewhere. You can watch it. You know that they are always asked about sex. So if you know you're someone who likes to move slow, again, why would you come on a show about moving fast and marrying a complete stranger and having to make a decision on whether you want to stay with them after 8 weeks? That is fast. So for him to say he likes to wait 3 to 6 months before he has sex, I feel like that's BS. This is something that most women say. A lot of women say that. But 3 to 6 months before your wife, someone that you're married to, I mean, if you know of men who are just not interested in sex and they don't have an issue, or like, to me, it's either an issue with like erectile dysfunction, or let me see, maybe there's some type of weird fetish, kink, something like that they may be into, and they don't want to do it with their partner because their partner's not going to be into it. Like something like that, those are like issues that may cause someone not to want to have a man, not to want to have, sex. But, or he's cheating, he's getting it somewhere else, so he doesn't need it from you. That's it. Like most men, they will, like, you don't have to beg them. You do not. You do not. And this is not a random woman. Again, this is his wife. I personally would not stay married to someone. If the 8-week process came and there was still no sex, I would have to end the marriage because let's say there is an issue. I need you to tell me so we can stop, because I wouldn't bring it up on camera anymore. And Emily seems like, I'm sorry, Becca, she has the autoimmune disorder. So I'm sure that she has had, she's someone who's empathetic to, if there is an issue. And I don't think that there is an issue. Now, he is either late 20s or early 30s, so he's still a very young guy. Now, I know it's not impossible for there, to be an issue or not to be an issue, but if he had an issue or he was uncomfortable, if he would open up and tell her the truth, I really feel like she is someone that would understand and she would stop talking about it on camera. But she has said that she feels like he's not into her. She thinks that he's hot. She thinks that he is the hottest thing in the world. She wants to be intimate with him. And the fact that she has to damn near seem like beg, like now he's saying, it's so much pressure, it's so much pressure. I'm in my head and it's the pressure. No, man. No, I don't know. No, man. I know women who are like, yeah, I will wait. And I can understand why. 100%. But again, you're on a show that is at an accelerated pace. So for you to say, I like to take things slow, it takes me a while to warm up to people. I hate when they come on the show with that, because if you know you're like that, don't come on this show. Don't come on this show if you know that you are like that. There's nothing wrong with being like that, but don't come on this show. We want to see people who want real relationships, real marriages, real love. Like, stop coming on this show. I move slow. Why did you sign up for this show? Why? And that's why people will believe the rumors online, because most most men do not have to do not have to beg for sex. So the episode ends with him decorating their bed and them playing games, and it looks like they're about to get intimate. But let's skip on over to the after party where Miss Emily decides to find her voice, and she finds her voice a little bit too much because she decides to try to come at Keisha Knight Pulliam. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute now. Keisha Knight Pulliam has been doing this for a long time. She's also a happily married woman with a man who is intimate with her because she just had a baby last year, okay? So I'm like, well, why don't you learn something from this woman who is happily married and not give her any attitude when she clearly is asking the questions, because what we see on camera looks bad. It looks very, very bad. And what she revealed later on sounds bad too. Okay? So Emily goes off on Austin and says, well, I heard that after the cameras left, nothing happened. And it's like, oh my God. Wow. Wow. I mean, we're not surprised. But Emily goes on to say that she did, I guess have some level of fear towards Brennan. And she, pretty much Keisha Knight Pulliam is trying to pull it out of her, ask her the questions, because she was pretty much trying to insinuate that she's scared to open up on camera because things get bad if she does. Things with Brennan gets bad when the cameras are gone. And it's like, girl, what are you saying? Because we are seeing the lawsuits at Netflix, Married at First, Love is Blind. And this is the same production team. So what are you saying? Because there are lawsuits for two women currently with the same production company saying that they were forced to film with a man that made them feel unsafe. So she all but confirmed. And Keisha Knight Pulliam was trying to take it out of her, trying to make it clear, because what you're saying is that you were not honest with Dr. Pia during the filming of the show. And what you're alleging can be serious to Brennan's reputation. And I'm not gonna lie, on camera, it does not look good. So at this point, be open, be honest, be upfront. We know the situation is over. We know you guys are not gonna make it. This show, this after party is being filmed. After all of this is over, stop holding your tongue. Find your voice. You're on national television. If this man mistreated you any kind of way and made you feel uncomfortable, say something. Please, say something. But, I mean, I'm surprised that made the cutting room floor because, again, there are lawsuits out with this same production company women alleging that they were forced to film with men who made them feel uncomfortable. So this is, this is just not good. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We know these couples are not going to work. We know there is no saving these couples. They can't even pretend to like each other. They can't. So let's call it quits. Becca and Austin again are the only couple that's really left, and seeing as though they have these different religions and they're not having sex, then okay, Michael and Chloe, we're gonna hope for the best, but a pink suit to the wedding, I would have said no. I hope that Chloe got a chance to approve. Did they run that pink suit by Chloe? A man wearing a pink suit, I feel like that takes away from the woman's shine. I've seen white, of course, cream, black, blue, dark blue, navy green, but I've never seen pink. And that is exactly what I said in my last video. His style versus her style. Okay, go back and watch my video on why I think Michael and Chloe won't work. And him wearing a pink suit to his wedding is exactly why I feel like it won't work. But go ahead and listen to that video. Let me call it quits, like Brennan and Emily need to do. Let me go ahead and call it quits and call it a night. Thanks for watching. Please comment below to let me know what you think. Are you just as frustrated as I am? Because I'm frustrated. It's hard to watch. It's like not even enjoyable anymore. It's like, you guys just call it quits. When is the season going to be over? It's episode 13. Do we have to go to over 20? Because how do you drag this out? Like, this is a drag. So how are we going to drag this out? Are we just going to follow these couples individually, the ones that have broken up? Because we know the only people that will still possibly film together will be Michael and Chloe, and then what's his name? Austin and Becca. So we'll really only be following two couples. At some point, there seems to be some kind of an accident with what it looks like to be Emily. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. But like, this is a drag. We're very much tired. I'm tired. Just go ahead and call it quits and stop putting yourselves through the emotional turmoil that we can clearly see is happening. Let me wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Comment below with your thoughts and go ahead and like the video if you agree with me. This is Late Night Lee signing out.